So you probably clicked on this video because you stumbled across a copy of Bastof Syndrome, and I'm curious what random people on the internet think about it. Well, it's really not that good. Bastof Syndrome, also known as Bastof Lemon, as odd as those two names are, they do make sense within the context of the show. It's a Korean anime made by Dongwoo Animations and produced by KBS in 2001, and it was brought to North America by ADV Films. So Bastof Syndrome is a 26-episode anime, and that's 26 episodes of my life I will never get back. In the year 2090 AD in the city of Zenon, built on the ruins of an old city that was destroyed by a volcano, a game was created called the Lemon Game, where people would become and fight biomechanical robots. However, as damage happened to the environment in the game, their real-world counterparts would receive similar damage. So the programmer, Moderato, gathered together a group of the world's best gamers, Mint, Pseudo, and Bebe. As the show progresses, damage becomes worse as things begin to intensify. Everything about Bastof Syndrome just feels like a Saturday morning cartoon. The animation is passable at best. Most of the fights are fine, but everything else is visibly poor. The character designs look like something out of a How to Draw manga book. I could chalk this up to a stylistic design choice, but with the low quality animation, it just kinda looks cheap and unfinished. Also, this one kid looks like Sid from Final Fantasy VII. The mechanical designs are okay. They're nothing special, but they're not bad. You can easily tell each one apart, but none of them really stand out on their own. Now, normally I wouldn't judge the quality of the art and animation for the end credits. It really doesn't have any bearing on the show whatsoever. It's not like it's preparing you for anything, it's just the end credits. You mostly wind up skipping them. However, the quality for the end credits of this show are so hilariously atrocious, I really felt the need to mention them. I mean, really, it looks like something a 12-year-old would have drawn to post on DeviantArt. A static black backdrop would have looked more professional. So, remember where I said this reminds me of a Saturday morning cartoon? Well, the music is where this is most noticeable. Most of the music is generic and just plays to the actions of the characters. Though I will say, the music that does play during the fight scenes is not too bad. The opening and closing are nothing special, though I do feel like I'd be doing them a disservice if I called them bad. The writing is subpar. Most of the jokes fall flat, and though there were a few times I did chuckle, it was probably not for the reason they were intending. All the characters follow a certain generic personality trait, and they tend to have very little character growth. The dub is probably the best part, which isn't saying much, though the voice actors do pretty well, given the type of show and the script that they have to work with. The English and Korean voices do seem on par with each other, though I tend to find Mint a little more annoying in Korean than I do in English. Overall, there's very little redeeming about Bastof Syndrome, and though I understand I'm not the target demographic, and I probably would have loved it if I watched it when I was 12, as it stands, I really can't recommend it. So, until next time, have a good life.